Okay, welcome everybody to the call. I'm so excited to be with you. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. We're going to have some fun tonight. So I'm going to show you Teamzy. I'll show you how easy it is to set up. I'll show you how to do a power hour, which means that you can do all of your DMO, your income producing activities in less than an hour a day. Okay. You're going to be unbelievably efficient with this. But also, you'll know exactly what to do, who to reach out to, what to say. The whole thing's going to be laid out for you. It's just a system you follow. But before I jump in there, I need to teach you a little bit about relationship marketing, which is the philosophy and system Teamzy is built on. See, if you jump into Teamzy, you're going to go, wow, this is great. But you need to understand that there are business principles that underlie it. And you'll get so much more out of it if you're approaching your business that way as well, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give you a little bit of training in relationship marketing, as much as I can squeeze into the little bit of time we have tonight. And then we'll dive into Teamzy. I will stay for questions at the end, so we'll do open Q&A. In the meantime, I'll keep you guys muted. But if you feel the spirit move you and you need to say something or ask something in the middle, that's okay with me. Just unmute yourself and go for it. Otherwise, we'll do questions at the end. Okay. Here we go. Somewhere here. Hold on a second. I hit all my windows. Did I close this thing? Juice Plus presentation. There we go. All right, try this again. This is what I want to talk to you about first, how to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. A power hour boss. You guys are going to feel this way at the end. You'll be using this hashtag. Okay. So my backstory, for those of you who haven't met me, I know you guys were expecting somebody else from my team tonight, so you'll get my backstory. My background is not actually direct sales. My background is in coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach for the past 16 years. I have coached just about every small business you can imagine, though mostly real estate people was kind of my specialty. And I fell into direct sales by accident. I found some products that really helped me. I lost a bunch of weight. I regained my health. And it was life-changing. And I just started sharing the products naturally. How many of you guys, that's kind of how you started? And I never considered direct sales as a business opportunity for myself. I kind of believed all the negative stigma that you hear out there about it. But when I took an honest look at the business opportunity, I thought, wow, this is really, really a great opportunity. And I wanted to kind of maybe start something up on the side while, in addition to my career and things like that. And so as I looked at the business opportunity and I looked at my calendar, what I realized was I only had about an hour a day to spare. I had a full-time career. I have 4 kids. There just wasn't extra time. You guys relate to that? And so as a business coach, I said, okay, well, let me just go find some tools to leverage my time so I can be more efficient. So I started looking for the tools, and I just couldn't find anything that was compelling, that would actually do what I needed it to do, that would help me build relationships and help me leverage my time. So long story short, that's why Teamzy exists, because I thought, man, I can't be the only one with only an hour a day. So we built Teamzy. Just to give you some background on Teamzy, we've been in business now 3.5 years. And in that time, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is amazing to me because we're just a startup. We don't have, rich people backing us or anything. We started with a $200 a week Facebook ad. And our active Juice Plus distributors using Teamzy, just so you guys know the numbers, the people who are actively using Teamzy, they're averaging 18 customers and 12 recruits over 90 days. 18 customers and 12 recruits over 90 days. Those are the people that are really using it actively. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we are proud to be endorsed by Juice Plus. So if you're not using Teamzy, go to teamzy.com/JP to start your free trial. Okay, and write that down and let your teammates know too who aren't using it yet. That is 30 days free. No, we don't ask for a credit card, no strings attached. We want you to use it. Really, I'm going to show you how to use it tonight. I just want you to try it out, fall in love for yourself. So teamzy.com/JP, it's a free trial. After your 30 days, there's a special discount for Juice Plus people. It's $19.95 a month. So I'll show you Teamzy. That's like, 60 cents a day. Okay. Oh, and also I'm proud to endorse Juice Plus. Here's my tower garden, which has been going berserk this summer. I've actually replanted it like 3 times. I started with the really easy ones and now I'm getting like a little bit more crazy with it. But somebody said they hadn't had summer yet. We hadn't either. It just started this week. So it's been under 80 degrees all summer. So I've been able to grow everything. It's been perfect. So anyways, love you guys. All right. So let's talk about this. What is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? You hear this term all the time. In fact, I'm starting to hear it more and more and more. People use this to describe direct sales without actually describing relationship marketing. Relationship marketing isn't just selling stuff to your friends, all right, or the people you know. It's actually a lead generation system, okay? It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Why am I telling you this? Because you need to understand, as business owners, it's your job to generate leads. You have to choose which lead generation system you'll use, okay? And because you are actually in the lead generation business, okay? Being a Juice Plus distributor is not your business. Marketing Juice Plus or Tower Gardens, that's not your business. Your business is new leads for your business. That's what you do as the owner. Okay, but here's the first principle that starts to make this fun. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So what I mean by these two things is your job is to meet people and build relationships with them. That's it. Meet people and build relationships with them. Not meet people to sell them, not meet people to recruit them. This is important. The goal is the relationship. Why? Because from relationships comes something way more valuable than one sale or one recruit. It's this concept that we turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn our relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. Just really quick, without going too deep into this, you guys, when you talk to somebody who's like really not interested in Juice Plus right now, do you think that they know people who could benefit from Juice Plus? The point is, this system will turn those people into advocates. Hey, it's not for me, but oh, you need help with this? You should talk to my friend Stacy. She's an expert at helping people with this. We will turn those people into advocates. I believe every single person I talk to will tell their friends about Teamzy. I don't care what business they're in. I believe that. I'm out building advocates, and that's what I want you guys to be doing if you're not already by the end of this call. Next principle, relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work, okay? And look, in our business, there's a lot of jerks, I'm sorry. Maybe less than Juice Plus than other networks. I mean, you guys are pretty cool, I have to admit, after going to a few events. But our industry has a bad reputation, doesn't it? It has a bad reputation because people have done things that are not honest. Even honest people do things that are not honest in our business because they're told this is how it's done. I want you guys to know relationship marketing depends on trust, which means we can't do anything like that. We can't do anything misleading, even slightly, because that erodes trust. Now, here's the good news. Trust makes the work fun. Trust makes the work fun. You don't have to convince people. You don't have to sell people. You can get right to helping them when they trust you. Also, trust takes the ickiness out. You know, the ickiness, that icky feeling that you feel like sometimes when you're pushing your business or you feel like you're being too pushy, sometimes you don't want to be seen as the icky salesperson. That does not exist when your focus is on building trust. And you get to go for yes. There's no no's, there's no rejection to overcome. There's no, this whole thing like you need to get more no's to get more yeses. Have you guys ever heard that? Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, think about that. If you want to get more yeses, you got to get more yeses. Make sense? So how do you build trust? How do you build trust? There are 4 essential ingredients to building trust. I'll go through them really quickly and then I'll kind of explain them as we go. 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Number 1 is chemistry. Okay, chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character. Number 3 is competence. Okay, competence. And number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right. So chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? This is important, guys, because people want to do business with friends. They need to know that they have things in common with you, that they can relate to you. Nobody wants to do business with someone they don't like. Make sense? And the truth is that when someone's interested in Juice Plus, they probably have people to choose from to be their rep. And so you want them to choose you because of what you have in common, because of the chemistry you've built. Okay. Number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is where you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. You don't actually have character. We think it's something we have, but the truth is character is something we do. It's not something we have. You never get to rest on your character. You have to constantly be demonstrating and developing it. Okay. And this is everything. I mean, think about it. Think about the people you trust. Is it because they demonstrate good character? Yeah, of course. And so if you're building trust in your business, it's important to demonstrate good character. Here's what I want you guys to think about this. How is this showing how I care for others? If I'm going to post on Instagram or Facebook, how is this post showing my care for other people? If I'm going to, the way I talk to the servers in the restaurant, am I demonstrating my care for them? The way I park my car, drive my car on the highway, am I demonstrating care for others? Everything you do in your life, I want you to start thinking about, wow, right now in this moment, I have an opportunity to demonstrate my character. Am I doing that? This is part of your marketing. Huge part of your marketing. Okay? Because you are the brand. Juice Plus is the product that fuels your personal mission, and we're going to get people on your mission. Make sense? Okay, number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces to this. First, do you know what you're talking about? Do you know about your products? Can you answer my questions? Can you find the product mix that will help me with my specific challenge? Right? That's the first piece. And before I become your customer, I need to know that. I need to know that. The second half is, do I trust you to sponsor me into the business? Do I want to join your team? Do I believe I can be successful with you as my sponsor? That's the second piece. Are you a business person that I can trust in this? And you need to be demonstrating both if you want customers and recruits to your team, right? Now, here's an important piece. Do I have anybody on the call that's new or new-ish, maybe doesn't feel 100% competent yet? Okay. Now, for you
Yes,
guys,
definitely.
you may have heard people say, you can just, when you're new, you just fake it till you make it. Have you guys ever heard someone say, fake it till you make it? So you know where I'm going with this. No faking it. Never fake competence. You don't need to. Okay. When you're new, let people know I'm new. Listen, when I coach real estate people, same thing. I'm new, but I'm connected to the most competent people in the business. You lean into the competence of your team and your upline. Let people know, hey, look, here's who I'm connected to. I'm just learning about this, but my friend Stacy is an expert, right? Stacy, you're my guinea pig tonight, my example. She knows everything. So let's get on a call with her and we'll ask her all your questions. Okay. So when you're new, lean into the competence of your team. Tell people about the competence of your team. Brag about your team on your social posts and their amazing knowledge and competence. When you're learning from them, post about it. Oh my gosh, got to learn from this amazing person. She's amazing. She knows all this incredible things. Let people know that you are now plugging into a community of experts. Okay. And do the same thing for your team as they start, like plug into us so that your people know that you're connected. I have to tell you guys something. It's kind of nutty. This is just a little thought that just popped in my head. So let's see, how many years ago is it? Teamzy's been out 3 years. So 5 years ago, I was a Beachbody coach. And I was like the fat guy who got fit. You guys know that guy? That was me. And I didn't know a thing. I'm just what I was learning. I was learning as I went, reading books, reading articles, learning as I went. And it got to the point where people were asking me questions about nutrition, whatever. And sometimes I didn't know the answers. I would say, well, let me ask, or let me find you something. I'd Google and find, right? And it got to the point where the person who put me on the path to getting fit, who was a friend of mine who was a personal trainer, one day messaged me with questions about nutrition. And I thought, oh my gosh, boy, have I somehow built a brand of being competent that this person who's a mentor to me is asking me. I'm like, you're asking me? Don't you have a degree in this stuff? The point I'm making on this, you guys, is that you can build your own, you should be absorbing and consuming knowledge to build your competence, but you got to be sharing the process with people so they see you building it. Does that make sense? but be humble enough to understand that you don't have all the answers. So show them who is mentoring you. Make sense? Okay. I probably nailed that one a little too much. Chemistry, character, competence. Before I move on to number 4, there's a principle that underlies this I want to share with you. And that's this. If somebody's going to do business with you, they really only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Now, I could talk for an hour just on this principle, but here's the bottom line on it. If you come up against objections in your business, if people give you an objection, any objection, it means they don't know the answer to all 3 of these questions. Okay? They might know 1 or 2 or 0. I don't know, but they don't know the answer yet, so they have objections. As you build a relationship, as you focus on investing in relationships over time, when you build trust with people, these questions go away. And when it comes to purchasing or joining, it's just like, tell me what I need to do, because you've become that person of trust. Does this make sense? So in the beginning, when you have objections, yes, learn how to overcome objections. Help people get out of their own way so that you can help them. But just say, okay, it's good to know that I need to continue building trust with this person so that I can help them feel confident with what we're doing. Make sense? Okay. Consistency. Number 4 is consistency. Do you think it's important to be consistent if you want people to trust you? What do you think? Let me see the parents. Anybody have kids? Yeah, it's kind of important. Are your kids like mine, where the one time you make an exception, they remember forever? It's like British law. Actually, the precedent was set, Dad, 6 months ago when you allowed me to have ice cream for breakfast. And I believe that now ice cream is breakfast food. You're like, what are you talking about? The kids are like a perfect study for people in relationships. If you're a parent, the good news is you've already developed all the skills you need to build this business, right? Consistency is where it's at. If you want to build trust, consistency is the most important thing. I love this principle. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. Look, people will trust you after they see you being consistent. Not only that, but they have respect for it and they want to be around it. It actually, besides building trust, being consistent draws people to you. This is how you attract people to your team and to your business. They want to be like you. Oh my gosh, I see you being healthy. I want to be like you. You're inspiring me. Have you been told you're inspiring people? It's humbling, isn't it? It's the consistency. It's the consistency. Just real quick, this principle is from a great book. It's a classic that I recommend. Influence, Psychology, Persuasion. Have you guys read that book? Put it on your list. Just came out on Audible. This is the cover. It just came out on audible.com. And I downloaded it. I'm going to listen to it. It's been a while since I read it. It's a great book, though. Influence, Psychology, Persuasion. Okay, so real quick, the checkup from the neck up. Let me just see real quick. Let's see your faces. Do you guys have your cameras on? Let's see your faces for a quick second. How many of you are consistent? Take your Juice Plus consistently. Let me see your hands. Okay, good. How many of you would say you're consistent? Stacy, I know you're consistent. She's going to raise her hand for everything. How many of you guys are consistent about sharing your journey, sharing on social media, letting people know that you're actually doing this? Just a little, that's important, right? Tilly's shaking her head. Maybe, are you shaking at me or something else? It's okay. We can work on this. I actually got a question today from somebody in my current boot camp, just started 2 days ago. I haven't answered it yet because I jumped on this call. I literally got it seconds before I jumped on here. And he says, hey, Eric, my wife's the national marketing director with Juice Plus. I've been working at kind of on the side with her. I have a corporate job, access to tons of people through my corporate job. He says, I'm just not sure how to share it with people. And I thought, let me just check his Facebook page out, because he Facebook messaged me. And I'm scrolling. He's got a great page. I mean, I instantly liked him. It's all his family and all the great things they're doing. I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled. Guess what I didn't find? Any mention of Juice Plus. So how the heck is he going to share this if nobody has a clue what he's doing? Make sense? So that's one of the things, being consistent to share, being consistent, sharing your journey, letting people know that you're doing this, learning these things on this journey with them. The important one, though, is the last one, which is this. This is the real checkup for the neck up. How many of you would say you're consistent about staying in touch with people? That's why you're on the call with me. That's why you're spending your evening with me. Absolutely. This is what matters, though. This is what matters, is staying in touch with people. I told you guys this system, relationship marketing, it works incredibly well. I gave you guys the stats at the beginning, right? But it only works if you're consistently in touch with people. Okay. We need to be in touch with them. Relationship building is a contact sport. You have to be in regular contact with people. Now, here's the principle on this. And then we'll jump into Teamzy. Investing time in connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time in connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Just really quick, let me ask you guys a question. How many of you, I know you're muted, you can just raise your hands when I ask you stuff. How many of you have ever received a great card from somebody you love? And in that card was a handwritten message. And when you read that message, it just touched your heart. It just hit you emotionally. How many of you have ever received a card like that from somebody? Okay, good, good. Well, I'm glad everybody raised their hand, because I often say, if you didn't get one, put your address in the chat. We'll write you one, because everyone should have a card like that. So when you get a great card like that, how many of you, after you read it, are like, oh my gosh, that was so nice, and then just crumble it up and throw it in the trash can? How many of you save those and you have a hard time getting rid of them? You got a pile of them somewhere. Yeah. I mean, I'm 45. I've got boxes of them at this point, right? And then once you have kids, you can't get rid of a single one that they make you. It's crazy. They pile up. Now, real quick, here's another example. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me stop sharing my screen so I can make it. I lost you. There you are. How many of you have seen one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. This one's from my life insurance salesperson. Do you guys have life insurance? Yeah. You don't wait to national marketing director to get a life insurance, right? Okay. It's important. So is it nice that he sent me a birthday card? Yeah. Does this go in the special place with all those special cards? No. Is this going to be in my Bible when I'm gone? My kids will find it marking as my favorite verse in my personal Bible? Probably not. How many of you, when you get these happy birthday postcards from your dentist or chiropractor or whatever, throw them in the trash right away? We all throw these away. They don't have any value, do they? I mean, it's nice for a half a second, then it goes right in the trash. There's no reason to keep it. Why? Well, this is a bulk mailing, right? It's not personal. There's no personal connection. And this required no investment of time. This took no time. That's why it has no value. It takes a personal connection and an investment of time. That's how you deepen relationships. And we live in an age where, oh my gosh, especially in direct sales, it's like the shiny object syndrome, right? Oh my gosh, the new thing. Have you heard about the new marketing thing? For some of you, it might be Teamzy's the new shiny thing. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know what we need? Marketing automation. Automate it. We should just automate our marketing. And this is what I want you guys to know. This is what marketing automation looks like. Any automation of marketing looks like this. It's not personal, required no time investment. Now, the good news is Teamzy is how you're going to connect personally, but it's going to help you be so efficient, it's going to feel like it's automated. Make sense? So I'll show you how to do that. Now, you don't have to write people a letter or a card every single day, handwritten, but just messaging them directly, right? Texting them, sending them a Facebook message, whatever you like to use directly, is maybe it's only 10 seconds of investment, but it's still time invested just in them, and it makes a big difference. Does it make sense? So you guys just need to know that principle. All right, let's just talk about this real quick. How many of you think that so far these principles make sense and you're on board with relationship marketing? Great. Here's the thing though, you need a system. You need a system. Some of you probably already work relationship marketing philosophically, but you need a system. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, all of them. Know when to contact them, when not to contact them. I mean, in other words, I don't want you to have to think. Just have a system that says, here's who's up next. Okay. Know what you're going to say. so that you can start a conversation, make people's day without, staring at your screen all day trying to think of the perfect message. How many of you are guilty of that sometimes? I used to be too. And then make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. Make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. About 80% of the good leads in our business go through the cracks. Isn't that crazy? All right. Let's actually show you Teamzy. What the heck? Here we go. Hold on a second. Let me get Teamzy loaded real quick. See, right about now, you guys are wishing you got the other guy. All right, now I'm ready. Okay, so here's Teamzy. So first off, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, if you missed the first 2 minutes, you can go to teamzy.com/JP to get a free trial of Teamzy. Okay, you can start it up for free for 30 days. No strings attached. If you don't like it, it just shuts itself off on day 31. Okay, no big deal. Once you log into Teamzy the first time, it brings you into the setup wizard, which setup wizard makes Teamzy setup super easy. You don't have to be good with software at all to do this, okay? Your grandma can do this, and your 5-year-olds can do this, which means you can do this too. So here it is. Here's the setup wizard. You're looking on the screen. There's a little video for me. You have me live. You don't have to watch that. But what we're going to do first in setup is we're going to set an income goal. How much money do you want to be earning a year from now? Okay. And you just put this slider wherever that goal is. For me, that goal was 150,000 a year. Okay. There it is. Boom. So at 150,000 a year, what I need to do for the next 12 months to hit that is I need to connect with 9 prospects each day, 6 customers, and 4 distributors on my team each day. Okay. Let me see. Anybody already have a good income from your business? You have a decent income already? Okay, great. So if you've got a decent income from your business, this goal will be the difference. Okay. So if you're already making 100 and you want to make 200, your goal is going to be 100 on Teamzy. Make sense? So it's going to be the difference. This happened to me last year. Somebody said to me, Eric, there's no way you can do this in an hour. I said, well, what's your income goal? She says 575,000. I said, is that a realistic 12-month goal? She goes, well, yeah, I'm at 485 now. I said, oh, okay. This is where this problem came in, right? We're like, okay, so you just set it for 100 and you're good to go. The good news is too, is that when you've got a big business, you actually need to do less activities. That's a different concept I'm not going to get deep into today because I don't think everyone on this call, that's what you're looking at, but you actually do less as you get bigger. It's still got to be consistent, but you just do less. Kind of like when you get really fit, you don't have to work as hard to stay fit. Make sense? Okay. So there we go. I'm going to stick it at, oh wait, I want to do 150.
I want a question.
You have a question right now?
I have a teeny question. So
Yeah.
misunderstanding that particular number right from the beginning, love the whole thing. And I use it for 30 days and bought it and love it. But I've been like reaching the goal of my top number, not the difference. So I think I should just keep going. I don't want to change it, right? I don't want to go back and lower it.
If you're comfortable with the daily activity you've got now, stick with it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Sure. Absolutely. You know, the very first time we did boot camp is something that we do in addition. It's like a 12-week program we do. I had somebody in there and he's like, this is too easy. I'm doing it in 12 minutes a day. I said, well, what's your income goal? He said, 60,000. I said, dude, just make your income goal bigger. And he did. He had an amazing boot camp, got great results. He doubled it, made it 120. And he was like, oh, okay, I can do this. So if you're comfortable doing more, that's cool. All right. So I've got it at 150. Great. I'm going to continue. Last step here is getting all your contacts into Teamzy. This is going to help you be super organized. You're not going to be chasing down pads of paper that have people's numbers on them, right? Or sticky notes or whatever you've got going on, spreadsheets you forgot to update. That's on your computer, but you can't get it on your phone, all that stuff. Once you get all your contacts into Teamzy, it lives in the cloud. You can get it on your phone. You can get it on your computer. You can get it on a friend's phone. You always have access to Teamzy, okay? So you're going to get all of your back office contacts in. You're going to get your Facebook friends in. Everybody that you have, get them all in one place organized, okay? These little things here are some tutorials and instructions on how to do this, how to get those contacts into Teamzy. They're all step-by-step. You can follow those. Okay. So then there's once we've got everything in Teamzy, we're pretty much ready to go. There's just one more thing we want to do to really have this thing set up, and that is we want to do a quick ranking of our contacts. Okay? So this is the dashboard. I'm going to toggle over to the team page. See on the left side, I'm going to click on team. The team page has all my contacts on that page. This is like your complete CRM in Teamzy, like your electronic Rolodex. Okay? Everybody's here. And if you click on a name on the right-hand side, you'll see all their contact info, notes, record of all the conversations you've had with them, everything. So what we're going to do on this page is we're going to actually turn on rank mode. Rank mode allows me to go down my list quickly and rank my relationships. And we rank relationships in Teamzy on a simple system. It's a 5-star ranking system. How many of you guys are familiar with ranking things on 5 stars? We need to rank our relationships. It's super important, you guys. If you don't do this, you lose 90% of the effectiveness of Teamzy. This is why. Okay, I'm going to give you the reason why. Relationship marketing, let's say you have 1,000 people you know. You might know more than that. Let's say you know 1,000 people. Out of those 1,000 people, there's going to be 50 people that really know you and trust you, right? Maybe more, maybe 100 people. But the point is you've got a small circle of people who really know you and trust you. Those are the people you should be connecting with first. They're also the people you should talk to more often. Okay? Now, if you don't rank, they might not show up on Teamzy for 6 months. You won't even reach out to them. So the ranking makes them come up first, and it makes them come back more often. There's a principle here, the 80-20 principle. Have you guys heard of the 80-20 rule? 80% of your business will come from the top 20% of your relationships. So what we're going to do is we're going to just scan the list. Now, when you just change their rank just by clicking, okay? I just changed Tessa from a 1 to a 3-star by clicking, right? I can change her back to 2 by clicking. It's super easy. I can go down my list and I can just click on people to change their ranks. Now, when you put people in, they'll all be 3 stars automatically, which means you don't have to rank most of them because the vast majority of your list will stay at 3 stars. What you want to do is just scan the list quickly and look for the people you really like or that you think are good prospects and rank them up to 4 and 5. Okay? So you're just going to kind of cherry pick that top 10% or so as you go through this quickly. Now, let me explain to you really quick what these ranks, how they define out in Teamzy, and then we'll do a power hour. So a 5-star person, that's somebody that you feel is most likely to become a customer or a distributor, or they're already on your team, they're already a customer, and they're just rock stars, people that you love. 5-star people are your best friends, your closest family members. You may not have that many 5 stars. That's okay. They're going to show up on your list every 30 days. Every 30 days, they're going to just pop up automatically, and you're going to get a reminder to connect and make their day. Okay, just to connect and make their day. A 4-star person is somebody that's likely to become a customer or a distributor with a little bit of nurturing. These are the solid performers on your team. These are your customers that you like. They're not, your absolute favorites, but they're good customers. These are your friends, your family, just not your closest inner circle. 4-star people show up on your list every 60 days. 3 stars could go either way. You just don't know. So they're 3 stars. They show up every 90 days. Is this making sense? So the more stars, the more often they cycle through. With Teamzy, everybody cycles through. You don't ever have to think, oh, have I reached out to that person? You don't have to set follow-ups. We'll follow up on actual interest in a minute. I'll show you how to do that. But in general, just to stay in touch with people, you don't have to think about it. Teamzy will automatically cycle everybody through. They can't fall through the cracks. 2-star people show up every 120 days. Okay? So if you're talking to somebody too often, you can rank them down a little bit and keep connecting. But here's what I want you guys to understand. Over time, those 2 and 3-star people will turn into 4-star people. Over time, you'll build trust with those people. Meanwhile, you'll be working the 4s and 5s more often, and you'll be generating interest from them who already trust you, so that every month you're filling your pipeline, you're closing people, you're finding people that are ready for help this month. Does that make sense? And you're warming up everybody else. With relationship marketing, you're not alienating people. You're not getting rejected by people. The people who don't know and trust you that much yet, you're warming them up over time. Okay. So now we're ready to actually do a power hour. We've got everything set up. Here's the dashboard. Just show you a couple things real quick, and then we'll do this. So today's activities right here, these are the goals that we set and set up. So my goal is to connect with 9 prospects today. You can see I've done 0. connect with 6 customers, connect with 4 distributors. Okay, that's my goal. Those are my daily goals. By the way, those goals aren't 7 days a week, they're 5 days a week. Okay, they're 5-day-a-week goals. Yes, isn't that cool? The Teamzy annual goal is based on a 250-day year. How many of you guys are excited about that? Yeah. Come on, we're not slave drivers. An hour a day. Hey, look, I work really hard at my job. Here's the great thing about this. Like, I work really hard for like 4-5 hours a day. That's my life now. Isn't that cool? I get to be with my kids the rest of the time. It's great. And I make 3 times my old salary. That's good. Life is good. It's about being focused. It's about being focused. All right. There's 2 other goals I want to talk about real quick. Invites. Total invites are when you're actually inviting somebody to join your team, inviting somebody to purchase products. Okay. Inviting somebody specifically to something with your business, as opposed to just saying hello and making their day. Okay. So what we do is we start conversations. I'll show you how to do it in a second. We start conversations with people. We have conversations. Some of those conversations are they're a great conversation. And when we find someone that's interested in some more info, we now invite them to something specific and follow up with them on our follow-ups list. Okay. So the goal for my goal is 3 invites a day. I'm going to start 19 conversations. My goal is to find 3 I can invite. And then my last goal is ads. These are new people I'm putting in Teamzy. I'm just always thinking about who can I add to my list? How am I meeting new people? Am I getting introduced to people by my customers? I want to make sure I'm getting them added into Teamzy so I can start building a relationship with them. Make sense? Okay, let's go do a power hour. So you can see right here the power hour module. This is designed to keep you super focused so you can get it done in an hour. Actually, you can probably get it done in less. So on the left side are my lists: prospects, customers, distributors, follow-ups. 4 lists. On the right-hand side is where I log it as I go. Now, of course, Teamzy is mobile, so you can use it on your phone as well. I'm showing you the desktop version because we're all on our computers. Okay. So here's how this works. These lists only give me 5 at a time. That's to keep me focused, so I don't skip, so I don't get overwhelmed. Remember, the whole list is on the team page, but here I'm just going to be focused. It's giving me who's up next. I'm going to start left to right, start with prospects. First person on my list is Lisa Swain. She's up next. So I'm going to message her. Okay. And however you communicate with people, great. I like to use Facebook Messenger for the most part because I find it gets a great response rate from people. So I've got Facebook open right here. I'm ready to message Jay. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm getting spammed by people. See? What are you going to do? All right. So what the heck do I say to Jay? How many of you get stuck right here? I don't know what to say. That's good. I like that. So I used to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what to say to people. And I would read their page and I would try to personalize it. And it always just came across super cheesy, honestly. And I wasn't getting a great response rate. Do you guys relate to that? And what I found over time was that the simpler I made this icebreaker, the better it worked. And so I put a few scripts in here that it works great for me. And now we've had tons of people use them. They're in Teamzy for you to use. So see right here where it says scripts. Just open this up and grab a script. So I'm going to grab the first one on the list, connect number 1. Here's what it says. It says, "Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome." Okay. So I'm going to copy that script. Now you can edit that a little bit if you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it in here and just edit it a little. I want to put the right name in. I like the way it sounds because I actually talk that way. I did a call in the UK the other day and they were like, "We don't say awesome. It's very American." I said, "Great. Just change it to great. Have a great day." "Oh, that'll work." Yeah, great. Yeah, it is very American, I guess. I mean, like, I'm just a very enthusiastic person. I don't want you to have a good day. I want you to have an awesome day. That's just the way I am, right? That's how I train my staff. If you guys if you guys ever ask for help from our customer service team, they always end their emails, "Have an awesome day." People are like, "Oh, that's the way we want you to have." Okay, so look, what I did was I have this just the way I wanted. I put some emoticons in it, personalized it, and I just copied it so I can go over to Facebook and send it. Okay. There's Jay. Let's just send her this message. Okay. Simple, easy. Now you actually have to send messages in Facebook. You can't do it through Teamzy. That's just a Facebook rule. You could send messages from Teamzy for about a week, and then Facebook changed their algorithm. It's okay. It's no big deal. It takes a second. So look, I'm going to log this by clicking the blue button that says log connect. Pretty simple, right? Boom. Now, so I sent her, so Teamzy told me, use this script. I used it. I sent it. Now I've logged it. You can see I've got 1 done, 8 left. Next person on my list is Stacy. Okay, I'm just going to use that same script and just change the name. Okay. And then once you get good at this, you get going really fast. Here we go. See how quick and easy this is? Sent. If she wasn't muted, you probably heard her phone ding. There it is. Look, log in Teamzy, go to the next person. Next person's Melissa. I'll do the same thing. I mean, you can change the script, but if you're new to Teamzy, you might as well just use it over and over. Here's the cool thing about this. Let's say I sent this script to you and your sister. Do you think you're going to notice it's the same? I mean, it's just a hello. Does that make sense? When you respond, then we'll have a real conversation based on the response. So look, here it is. I got it ready for Melissa. I would do the same thing. I'd go send it to her on Facebook, log it, and I keep going down my list. The goal here is just to get that first connect message sent. In my case, it was 9 prospects. So I'm going to go down my list until I get 9 done. Now, a couple pro tips real quick. Some people will respond immediately. Don't run off and have the conversation until you get all the outgoing messages done so you don't get distracted, okay? Just make them wait a few minutes. It won't take you long. It'll just motivate you to go faster when you start seeing messages come in. The second tip I want to give you is about half the people might not even respond, and that's okay. Don't worry about them. Don't think about them for a second. Because you have them in Teamzy, they're going to come back automatically in 1, 2, or 3 months, okay? Don't think about them. Half the people won't respond. But every time you message them, they're getting warmer. Does it make sense? And you'll be super busy by Friday with the people who do respond. Trust me. Okay. When I'm done with my 9 prospects, I toggle to the next list, which is customers, and I connect with my customers the same way. I need to connect with Hester. Great. I have no idea what to say. Perfect. Go to scripts. I've got you covered. Honestly, you guys, don't overthink this. Super simple. Great results. People get off their blood pressure medication, things like that. But congratulate them, right? Hi, John. How are you enjoying your tower garden? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Super easy scripts, okay? This is my favorite one for a customer. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Hey, I'm just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. So look, if I copy that script, I can send this to Hester. Okay. Same thing. I'll go send it to her on Facebook and log it. And I'm going to work down my list for customers. Same way. Do you guys see how you can do this really quickly once you kind of get your feel for the system? Okay, so really quick on this. Really quick on this, I just want to talk about customers. It's important to be in touch with your customers. How many of you wish you were better at staying in touch with your customers? Here's what I want to encourage you with. You don't need a complicated system to stay in touch with your customers. And I know that I don't want to step on any toes with corporate or some of the trainings, like the whole idea of like how you set your follow-ups with customers and things like that. Honestly, if you just get them all in Teamzy and get on a regular basis, staying in touch with them, you're going to provide great service. Does this make sense? But 2 things happen when you're in regular contact with your customers. Number 1, when you are in regular contact with a customer, they order more product and they retain longer. Okay, this is a statistical fact. Your customers will retain longer and order more products if you're in regular contact. That's all. And you don't have to message them with like, something sales. They just, hey, I've just stopped by to see if I can make your day. How's everything going? Okay. Did you have a great holiday? Whatever. You being present will allow them to ask the questions. Oh, I'm glad you reached out. I saw your post about those new Omegas. I need to get some of those, or I need to get some more information on that. Great. Now the conversation's there. Does it make sense? You just need to be present with them. Now, how many of you can think of at least one great customer that you love and you think, man, I want more customers like this person? Okay, good. Where do you go get those? Is there like an exchange board for Juice Plus where people are like, I'm well qualified and I want a great rep, and they line up for you guys? There isn't, right? No, where do you find these great people? Guys, I know I'm going to state the obvious. You're going to be like, duh. The best place to find a great customer is from your great customer. It's the best source. Your current customer is the best source of a new customer. When somebody has a product that they love, what do? They talk about it. They share it. They can't help themselves. How many of you were customers first? So here's what's happening. That person you all thought of when you raised your hands, all of you thought for a second. I saw those thoughtful looks, and then you raised your hand. That person is talking about Juice Plus to their friends and family already. They're already talking about it. And the statistic is 86% of people make a buying decision based on a friend's recommendation. You guys know that. You might not know the number, but you know intuitively, yeah, that's right. So your person that you thought of is talking to their friends who are now likely to purchase Juice Plus. The question is, are you in touch? Are you getting introduced? Step one, get them in Teamzy, stay in touch. Okay. When you're in regular contact, it's easy to say, you know, Stacy, you're getting great results. I know you've been really loving the products. I'm sure you've shared them with people and told other people about them. Is there anybody you care about that needs more information, that's waiting for help? Actually, yeah, I was talking to my friend Sue. Great, perfect. Could you introduce me to Sue so I could get her the information? Just introduce me. It doesn't, you know, don't make them work. Just have them do a group text or a group Facebook chat. Okay, get introduced. Never ask for a referral, by the way. Never ask for a referral. Always ask them to introduce their friend to you. Okay. It's really powerful. If you end up, Stacy maybe will share with you guys some of the notes from, I think it was week 5 in boot camp when I went deeper on that for an hour, right? We spent a week on that. Really powerful though, getting introduced to people. Okay, let's get back in here. So you're going to connect with your prospects. You're going to connect with your customers. Hey, one more thing I want to say about customers. What do you guys call them? Do you guys call them canceled customers when they cancel? Yeah. Here's a revolutionary concept for you. There's no such thing as canceled customers. Keep them in Teamzy and treat them as if they're active. Okay? Does it make sense? Keep them in Teamzy, treat them as if they're active. The chances are very good that they will come back and they will cancel.
So don't put them into the prospects category again?
No, they're customers. A customer is worth more than a prospect. Why? Because they've already trusted you enough to give you money and buy something from you. So a prospect still has a whole mountain to climb before they're ready to do that. Customers done that. So, you know, for example, you guys, your product's amazing. I take Juice Plus. Let's say I go on a fabulous 6-week vacation and I forget to bring my Juice Plus. When I get home, I now have a stockpile of Juice Plus, so I cancel. And then what happens? I use it all up and I mean to start it again and time passes in a blink of an eye. But if you're in touch, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I need to reorder. People will be on it and they will cancel and they will be on it and they will cancel and they will be on it and they will cancel. This is a normal cycle. If you treat people as canceled, you lose that person. In their mind, they're not done. They just don't need it right now. Does this make sense? And so you guys would be surprised how many canceled customers not only continue to become customers, how many canceled customers will become distributors. So treat them as gold for life. Okay. Just a little side note on that. Next list is distributors. Distributors. This is your team. Connect with your team, build a relationship with your team. This is why, by the way, we call it Teamzy, not Salesy or Leadsy or Cheesy. It's Teamzy. It's about building your team so you can build your business, so you can build your life. Okay? And people need a relationship with you. Most of the people in this business are relationship oriented, which is why they struggle so much with reaching out and doing things like I'm teaching you tonight, because they're worried about rejection. They're not the action people. They're the people. I want you guys to know that in Juice Plus, I think it's even more heavily so, based on my experience, which means that most of your team is more motivated by relationship than money. Okay, most of your team will be more motivated by relationship than money, and so that relationship with you is meaningful. They need more than a Facebook page or a Facebook group or live Zoom. They need to hear from you from time to time. That's all. As your team gets bigger, it becomes even more important. that little text message from you, hey, I was thinking about you, congratulations on whatever, it means the world to people. So we're going to make it easy for you with Teamzy. You put your distributors in there. Now, if you have 10 people on your team, this is going to be really easy for you. In fact, you might need to set the goal to 0 because you're going to run out of people on day 2, right? Which is fine, but that will change over time. We just want to get that discipline going now. So your power hour, the first half is real simple. It's the outgoing messages just to make someone's day, start a conversation to prospects, customers, and distributors. You can use the scripts to make it easy. Go right down the line until you hit your goals for the day. All these circles will go all the way solid when you hit the goal in all those categories. Okay? Then the second half of your power hour is your follow-ups list. Now you can see the follow-ups list is empty. Now, just to clarify, people use the term follow-up to talk about connecting with people, but a follow-up implies there's something to follow up on. In this case, it's an offer. It's an invite. We call it an invite. Invite you to join my team, invite you to buy my products, right? Invite you to learn more at a deeper level about Juice Plus. Now I'm going to follow up on it. So let me just explain how I get someone in the follow-ups list. So I'm having a conversation with Stacy. I messaged her that connect number 1 message. She responds. By the way, the response rate to that message is pretty great. Stacy, have you used that one? Have you gotten pretty good response rate?
Yeah, I had several people that said, "Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for reaching out to me. You made my day." I had several people that said that. So I think that was the point, and it worked.
That's the point. So that's probably what Stacy would say to me. Oh, great to hear from you. Thanks for reaching out. And now you can let the conversation fizzle out there, or you try to keep it going. Well, yeah, well, it's so good to hear from you. You know, what have you been up to? Send me an update. By the way, that's my magic dialogue right there. What have you been up to? Send me an update. What have you been up to? Send me an update. Have you guys ever heard people talk about engaging questions? I'm going to give you a little tip. I'm giving you guys all the deep training here. Hopefully I can get to the end of this. People don't actually want to be asked a question. They want to be told what to do. So it's called a directive. So when I say, what have you been up to? That's the question. Send me an update is the directive. What have you been up to? Send me an update. Smiley face. And people feel really comfortable with that. Okay. Yeah. Now, because you've structured it out in a way that's not weird, they're like, okay, cool. Well, we just got back from the lake where we were, the kids and I, we went water skiing. It was awesome. We made s'mores, and they're giving you the full update. They'll give you an update, which is great. Now you can have a conversation with them. It makes sense. Kelsey's laughing at me. She's like, that would probably work. Yeah. So just have a conversation, ask questions, be interested in them. Find out what's going on with them. Ask them how work's going. What have you been up to? If it's been 20 years, you got a lot to catch up on, right? Have a conversation. That's it. Just be interested in them. Don't try to sell them or anything. Just have a conversation with them. But definitely pay attention. Listen to what's going on. See where there's places you can help them. Okay, where can you help this person? Sometimes you're going to come across people that are hurting because we all hurt at some point in our life. So if you connect with enough people, you're going to come across that. People need encouragement and prayer. Maybe that's what they need, and you're there today. Maybe they need a professional recommendation to a roofer because their roof's leaking. Whatever. Just listen for ways you can help this person. Okay? Now, not every conversation is going to be great. Some will fizzle out, which is fine because they're in Teamzy, and over time, you'll get to that great conversation if you keep connecting. Okay? You keep connecting and reaching out to them. But for the ones that you're getting, out of my 19 conversations, I'm going to get a few good ones, a couple of good ones each day. And my goal then is to invite them to something, find out if they're interested in learning more and invite them to something. And how the heck do I switch from this great conversation to talking about my business? Is anybody wondering that? Yeah. So look, here's the thing. When I'm talking to Stacy and she's giving me her update, guess what would be totally natural? For me to give her my update, right? Wouldn't that be totally natural? She may even ask me, what about you, Eric? What have you been up to? She might not. But it would be totally natural for her to give her my update. And I'm going to tell her about my life. And I'm going to, of course, gear it towards things I heard her say. If she hates her job, I'm going to talk about how I don't have one, right? but I'm going to tell her about what I'm doing. I'm just going to tell her about what I'm doing. And write this down, because when you're worried about how to talk about your business, this is what you tell people: what I do and why I'm passionate about it. What I do and why I'm passionate about it. How many of you feel like you could pretty confidently tell somebody why you do Juice Plus? So many people are so paranoid and scared to talk about their business that, they hide it. Like my friend that I mentioned, who will remain nameless until I have his permission to share his story, who is struggling to share, but has never shared anything on his Facebook profile, right? We're worried about showing that to people. But look, just think about it as, you've all got, how many of you guys have a day job or a career in addition to Juice Plus? Have you ever been embarrassed to tell somebody that? It's the same thing. So tell them what you do and why you're passionate about it. I help people. My good friend Ron, who's my Juice Plus rep, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and they told him basically, you're going into palliative care. There's nothing more we can do for you. And he changed his life. He got in the Juice Plus lifestyle. He created a healthy lifestyle, mostly plant-based, focused on his nutrition and his health. And guess what happened? His cancer went into remission. His body healed itself. Pretty cool, right? He does Juice Plus because if he feels like it saved his life, he wants to save other people, help other people heal themselves. So he was struggling. He was in one of my boot camps. He was struggling with transitioning the conversation to business. I said, why aren't you telling people that story? He says, I don't want to put my own stuff up in their face. I said, it's an inspiring story. You need to tell people what you do and why you're passionate about it. He's on a mission to help people who are suffering and have no hope, have hope again, and maybe regain their health. What mission are you on? It's not, I sell Juice Plus, would you like to buy some? It's, I'm on a mission. In my case, it was, I lost 62 pounds. It changed my life. Now I help other people do the same. Wow, that's so cool. When you share with somebody what you do and why you're passionate about it, they are going to tell you, that is so great. Good for you. That's amazing. How many of you wish every time you mention Juice Plus, someone said, that's amazing? They will. This is what I do and why I'm passionate about it. So they're going to, oh, wow, that's so cool. You're having a great conversation. Stacey's like, wow, good for you, Eric. That's great. And then you could just ask at this point. You've earned the trust to say, would you like to learn more about this? Would you like more information on Juice Plus? Would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Based on what you were saying, you're looking for more freedom in your day. Would you like more information? Just ask them. Okay. And they can say yes. In which case, if they say yes, you're going to invite them. And if they say no, you say, great. And you plant the seed to become my advocate. If they say, no, thanks, Eric. Hey, Stacy says, you know what, Eric? I'm so proud of you. That is so great and noble what you're doing. But I'm just not interested in it personally. No worries. Hey, Stacy, it was great. Don't worry about that at all. It was so great to reconnect with you. I really enjoyed chatting with you. She's going to say, yeah, it was. Could you do me a favor, though? If you do come across anybody who needs help with their health, their nutrition, their vitality, their fitness, would you connect them to me? Because I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. She would say yes. And I'm planting the seed, because here's my intention is for Stacy. Whether or not she becomes my customer or my team member, she will be my advocate. She won't be able to resist it. She won't be able to resist it because I'm going to continue to invest in her. I'm going to continue to offer to help her friends and family. She's going to want to bring them to me. Does this make sense? Okay. All right. I know I've kind of over-delivered. Here I am at 7:00. So prospects, customers, distributors. So when she says, yes, I would like more information, I'm going to actually log an invite with her and put her on my follow-ups list. Let me just show you this and we'll do a Q&A. So let me look her up right here. I have to look her up in the lookup bar because she's no longer on my dashboard, right? Because I already connected with her. She's back in the cycle. So I'm going to now look her up later after we've had a great conversation. There she is. That brings me to her full contact record. Okay, this is where I would have all of our conversations, any notes, all my contact information on her. So I'm going to open that connect box and see on the bottom left where it says invite. That's how I do an invite. I actually click that and I take it off the default, which is just to connect. And now I'm going to do an invite. So let's say we're talking and she says, yeah, I'd like to learn more about the business. Great. Are you going to be home tonight? She says, yeah, perfect timing. My team is doing a Facebook Live event tonight to talk about the business. Oh, great. I'll send you the link. Great. So I'm going to just tag that as, let's call it business opportunity meeting. And then I'll put a note. This is a Facebook Live event. Okay. So I'm going to send her this link to go to this business opportunity. You see this little calendar? It's automatically set a follow-up for me in 2 days, but I'm going to actually move this. You can set a follow-up for any date in the future. I'm going to follow up tomorrow, and I'll tell her. By the way, here's another pro tip. Tell people when you'll follow up and then do it. It shows that you keep your word, and it means a lot. Okay. So she says, great. Send me the link. I'll check it out. Perfect. Stacy, I'll follow up with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Sound good? She says, great. So this is an example of logging. When I logged that connect, it actually logged it as an invite. And you can see now it put her on my follow-ups list. So let me go to the dashboard. I'll show you. So you can see there's an invite now logged. And on my follow-ups list, there she is, due tomorrow. So as you're talking to people and just having great conversations, and you find people who are interested in learning more, invite them to something specific, put them on your follow-ups list. That moved her from my prospects list to my follow-ups list. And I'm going to keep her there until she converts, because now I know she's interested. Okay. So let me show you how this works. Tomorrow, when I do my power hour, I'm going to do exactly what I already showed you. Connect with prospects, customers, and distributors. When I get to my follow-ups list, I'll see that I have a follow-up due with Stacy. So I'm going to now send a follow-up message to Stacy. So I'll do the same thing. I'll go to my scripts and I'm going to get a message. Now I'm going to get a follow-up message. See, look, they're titled follow-up. You guys can't mess this up. I'm going to send her follow-up number 1. By the way, I put 10 in here, numbered in order, so you can just send the next one every time. Seriously, you guys, I made this so easy for you. So here's the follow-up message. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So simple. You guys, again, there's a lot of psychology in these scripts. They're all about them. They're all about caring for that person. This is how you do this with people not getting turned off by it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in here, change the name, get it just the way I want it. Hi, Stacy, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Great. I'm going to toggle over here to Stacy. We're going to send her this message. Okay. Boom. Sent. Follow-up sent. Now I'm going to log this follow-up. Now pay attention. I'm going to set a new follow-up before I can log it. Let's say in 2 days, we'll follow up again. I'll leave a note. That's going to be follow-up number 2. Now I don't even have to think. Next time I just send her follow-up number 2 and log it. Okay. So now when she comes up, it says to me, what am I supposed to send next is follow-up number 2. So easy. Okay. Let me just talk to you real quick about follow-ups and we'll do Q&A. So do you guys see how easy that is? I know I could have demoed that in 15 minutes, but I wanted to give you all that little extra training. Is that okay? Did you guys get value from some of that stuff? Okay. Real quick on the follow-ups. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to give you a little extra. 80% of conversions, 80% of sales happen between follow-up number 7 and number 10. You can raise your hand if that made you a little sick to hear. Between follow-up number 7 and 10 is where 80% of the conversions happen, you guys. So how many of you follow up 10 times typically? Good. All right. We got 1. That's good. How many of you would like to follow up 10 times, but you're worried that you'll be the most annoying person on the planet if you do? Okay, good. There's the honesty. It's okay. I told you that we're the people in this business, right? Here's what I want you to know though. First off, I'm going to teach you right now how to do it without being annoying. People will thank you for it sincerely. They will appreciate you following up so much. Can you guys believe that? I'm going to teach you how to do it. First off, though, you need to change your thinking. How many of you believe you can change people's lives with this opportunity, these products? Let me see your hands. Okay, so let me flip the script on you. 80% of the people you could help, you won't help unless you follow up 7 to 10 times. Okay, that's just another way of looking at the same statistic. 80% of the people you could help, you won't help. Doesn't matter how good Juice Plus is if they never get it. This is why this is my mantra. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. I want you guys to treat your business like you're on a mission from God to help people. That's your approach. I'm on a mission from God to help people. I need you on my mission. If you don't need my help, I need you to bring more people to me so that I can help them. This is where we're coming from. And when you put your hand up and say, I need your help, I am going to love you through this process. I'm not going to give up on you right now. Following up is an act of love. When you fail to follow up because you're worried about being annoying, now what you've done is you've told someone you don't care about them. Now, here's what I'm here to tell you guys. Human psychology. I could spend all day talking about the why. Just want you guys, you can do your own research on this. 80% of the people will not respond to your messages for the first 6 or 7 messages. They won't even respond. Okay? And it doesn't mean anything. They just won't. It doesn't mean anything. All the stories that you make up, they're not interested. Their husband's overbearing. They're broke. The divorce is taking a toll. Their kid broke his leg. That's it. The recession. It's the economy. Oh my gosh. It's because of whoever's in the White House or whatever. Those are fictions you're making up. Here's what really happens. Stacy and I have a great conversation. She's like, wow, it's so cool what you're doing. I said, let's come to this event. She says, great. She goes to the event. She's blown away. She's blown away. She's excited. But she's got her life going still, right? The next day I message her, do you have any questions? She sees the message come through and she's like, oh yeah, I do. Oh, but the baby's throwing up on the dog and I have to go handle that right now. She puts her phone down and takes care of whatever's going on in her life, right? Next time I follow up with her, maybe she's driving her car. Next time I follow up with her, she's preparing food, like whatever. This is our life, right? How many of you see messages and you're like, oh yeah, I want to respond, but I can't right now? Yeah. So don't make stuff up. Just keep following up and you'll connect. Now, let me explain how we do this without being annoying. There's 2 principles. The first principle is this: never ask anyone to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay? They don't need to respond. They don't need to call you. They don't need to message you. They don't need to, if you have an event coming up, they don't need to RSVP. Don't ask them to do anything in the message. If you had the conversation when you invited them, they know the call to action. Make sense? Because as soon as you give me work, if I can't answer your message right now because my kids are being nuts, right? For example, and you want me to do something, now you're annoying. Okay? Okay, you guys, a bunch of you raised your hands when you said you had kids. How many of you guys have kids between the age of like 9 and 16, or you've had kids at that age? Anybody? Picture this. Your kid is playing a video game and you ask them to go get you something from the other room. How are they happy about that or not? This is the exact emotion of when you ask something in a follow-up while they're doing something else. Make sense? So don't ask them to do anything. Number two principle is this: when you're following up with people, they have to be able to read it. No voice messages, no video messages, no voice call of, oh my gosh, don't call somebody on their phone unless it's your sister or your mom. Don't call anybody on their phone unexpectedly. People hate that. Think about your phone ringing unexpectedly. It's like it's a bomb going off. You have to diffuse it quickly by hitting the red button. So they need to be able to read the message, and it needs to be short. Now, let me just explain why, because I know you guys love your Voxer and things like that, and that's cool, like with your team and communicating. But with a follow-up, it needs to be able to be read, because here's what's happening. I'm busy, and I am not going to open your message for anything because I can't respond right now for whatever reason, but I still want to know what it says. I want to know what it says. So I want to be able to see the whole thing on the lock screen of my phone without opening it so that I can see what it says. Look, I got a couple on my phone right now and I can see them. How cool is that, right? So the reason why is this: all you want in your follow-up is for them to remember how they felt when they talked to you about the business or the products. And even if it's only for a second, that's okay. You just want to stay right there, positive, not annoying, fun, caring. Following up is an act of love. You just want to be present with them, whether or not they respond. Most people won't. So you get crickets, no big deal. You follow up again in a few days, crickets, no big deal. Set the next follow-up for a few days later, follow up, great. Maybe on the 4th one, you're like, maybe I'll give them 5 days this time. You might whatever you feel comfortable with, but keep them on your follow-up list. Keep following up. What will happen is that after about 6 or 7 no responses, long after you would have given up before this call, they'll respond with, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't responded to any of your messages. Thank you for staying in touch. I really appreciate it. And now you've proven that what you said, which is that you care about people and you want to help her. You want to help him. And they'll respond. Now you start the conversation again. Does this make sense? But I just want you guys to understand 20% of the people that put their hand up and say, I'm interested, they're going to close right away in the first 3 follow-ups. 80% are going to take a long time. And so if you want to have this business where it's predictable and sustainable, and every month you're bringing people on, every single month you're qualifying and everything, what you need to do is you just work your Teamzy system, you connect with your prospects, you connect with your customers, you connect with your distributors, you have conversations, you invite people who are interested, you put them on your follow-ups list, you keep them on that follow-ups list. Some people might be on that follow-ups list for a year. And when they come up due, you follow up again. You spend 2 seconds on them. And you keep going, you stay in touch. And it works unbelievable. Every month, people are ready, they close, and they're ready to go. Does this make sense? Okay, let's open it up to Q&A, because I know I've kept you guys up. Some of you guys are on the East Coast. You're like, I'm ready for bed, Eric. When are you going to stop talking? So let's just go ahead and let me turn Teamzy on here. If you have questions, here's what you do. Just unmute and ask away. I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, so first of all, I've been seriously overthinking this whole process. For like a year, I've been doing this wrong. But on the topic of follow-up, so when you follow up with someone and then they become a customer, I like to put them in my follow-up and like date it for when I need to do my customer care with them. Mm-hmm. But so meanwhile, my follow-up, like I got to a point last summer where I had like 96 people in my follow-up section. And I was like, clearly I'm doing this wrong because this is really overwhelming. So what is a better way to utilize that and to keep people like active customers to like, remember that, hey, their orders are coming up and things like that?
So what I would do to make it simple is if you get a new customer, when their order comes in, set them at 5 stars. So they come up every 30 days. Because you want to touch them, right? Typically, from what I understand from my Juice Plus reps is they want to touch them every 30 days, those first 4 months, to make sure they're taking their Juice Plus, right? So I would put a new customer, I would just rank them at 5 stars and keep them on the customer tab and just stay in touch with them. Because when I reach out to you, I don't need to say, Kelsey, did you take your Juice Plus? Just checking. No, I can just say, hey, I'm just checking in to see how everything's going. Is there anything I can do to make your day? How's everything? Do you have any questions about anything? I just need to reach out and be there, be present. Does this make sense? And so after those first 4 months, then you can evaluate, do I want to keep them every month? Do I want to put them to every other month? And you can rank them down to 4 stars if you're ready to talk to them every 60 days. Does that make sense? So I would just keep your customers on the customer list and just play with their ranking, if that makes sense. So they come up more. Now, you can use, the way you're using the follow-ups list is not incorrect. Basically what you did was you had a system you were using and then you went into Teamzy and you recreated your old system in Teamzy, right? And so it could be that the way we imagine Teamzy could make your life easier if you're able to make that switch mentally. So that's why I said, like, you don't have to overcomplicate your customer follow-up, your customer care. If you can just get in the habit of using Teamzy consistently, you'll be in regular contact with those customers, if that makes sense. And it will show up just as if you said it. It'll show up like on the same date of the month, every month, right? If you said about 30 days. So if you get good at using this, it's kind of funny. I'll tell you guys a story real quick. This isn't a customer story, but I knew this guy, Mike, who was a real estate investor down in Alabama. I've known him for years through my real estate consulting business. And here I was like doing Beachbody, right? And reaching out to this guy. Hey, Mike, how's it going? And he didn't respond. And he was a 3-star in my system. So he showed up 3 months later and I went to his Facebook and I saw that he never even opened the message, right? So, which again, people don't open messages doesn't mean they didn't see it. Okay. Keep that in mind. So I messaged him another one, hey man, it's been a while. How's it going? No response. And so whatever, he didn't respond. I moved on with my day. 3 months later, he shows up on my list again. It's like the same day, like the 25th of the month, right? 3 months later, I messaged him again. So at this point, he's got to be noticing that I'm using a CRM and he's probably thinking, this guy's really organized. No response. So it's been now 9 months. Next time it comes out, it's been a year, no response. I think, should I even keep this guy on my list? How many of you guys would wonder if you should even keep him on the list? And this is my thought. What? Every 3 months I spend 10 seconds on him. It's no big deal to keep him in there. So the fourth time he came up, it's now been, what is that? 15 months. He responds, Eric, I'm so sorry that I haven't responded to your messages. I've been following you on Facebook, and I just kind of needed some time to see if you were the real deal. He's like, I've already gone to your website. I've researched what I need. I want to come in as a distributor, and I want this package. I want this nutritional line, and I'd like to get started in your group that's starting next Monday. Can we get on the phone and talk about the details? I was like, yes, we can. So here's the thing. Like, I literally spent 10 seconds every 3 months on him. And I had enough people to talk to that I wasn't going, why is he not responding to me? And going to my wife, remember Mike? Can you believe he's not responding to me? I mean, if you're in this situation where you're thinking about those people, then you are not talking to enough people. Right? So anyways, so just staying in touch, just churning through. And the same thing with your customers. A lot of times, even if they don't respond or they don't, you don't actually connect with them, they still feel like you're there. And they're still, and they will engage more with what you're doing on social media. So they'll be part of your journey. They'll be watching when you guys talk about new products and things. I know the Omegas were really exciting. They're going to know about it from your social. When are you guys getting the energy drink thing?
October.
Well, we're going to learn more about it in October.
Yeah.
We're hoping we're getting it.
We think October, yeah.
We think.
Well, they may have a truckload of it at conference that you can fill your bags with, right?
Which would be awesome.
Yeah, so I'll be there in Austin. So my point is, like, so that'll be a big deal when you're sharing that with people. Your customers who you've been in contact with, even if they haven't been responding, they're going to see those, and some of them are going to be like, wow, I want some of that. So if that makes sense. I know I probably over answered that question, so I'll just stop talking and let the next one come through. Barb?
I just have a comment. I learned so many things on this little call. So I've been using it for 6 weeks or whatever. Love it. But what I was doing to make my life difficult is that I would write the message in Facebook Messenger and then copy it, and then Teamzy would kick me out and have to relog in and find it again. And I was like, so you just saved me like so much duplication by writing it first here and then copying it to, that was like massive. That's just made my life so much easier. It's so good. And I was really afraid of those 5 because I was like, I don't want to talk to those people. No. So that saved me a huge bunch too. So that was great. Like, I absolutely love that. And those scripts, yeah, that's great. You copy, paste, find something you like that day, but send it to those 5. That was great. So that's going to save stupid amounts of time. Awesome.
One other thing that you can do is you can save your own scripts in Teamzy, so they're there when you want them. Yeah. So if you use mine, but I mean, if you like, so for example, let me just share. Let me see here. Let me go to. I'm going to go to a different account of Teamzy real quick. Do I have it? Okay, I do have it. All right. So look, where's my share button? So I still have my Beachbody. Oh, I'm sharing this one still. Stop share. I still have my original Beachbody account in Teamzy, right? Just to clarify, I don't do Beachbody, just so you guys know. I don't do any, I do Teamzy, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, but look, check this out. This is my account. Is this my account? Yeah. So if I wanted to go to, I have at least one of these old scripts in here. So I had these email scripts that I created. So wait, do I have the? Maybe it was just here. Do I have my 21-day fix email in here? Oh, maybe I took them out. So anyways, I had scripts in here that for emails. So for example, if you wanted to learn about Tower Garden, like you were like, I'm interested in Tower Garden, I would have an email that explained exactly how to purchase it. Right? So, thanks for your interest in Tower Garden. Here's how you make your purchase. Here are your options. Here's the link. Here's how you do this. And here are some, if you'd like more information on Tower Garden, here's some great links with some more resources. And I'd have that email ready to go in Teamzy with my links to my website, everything, right? As a script. And so then when I'm talking to people and they're like, oh my gosh, I need to know more about Tower Garden, I go, hey, I'm going to send it over to you right now. I'll send it over to you right now. And then I would just go to their contact, send his email, change the name, send it. And it logged in Teamzy. And so I had, based on every possible product somebody could have, I had an email like that. And you guys write those too. And I wrote the email like twice before I was like, I need to save this somewhere, right? It's too much work. And so you can save all those in Teamzy. So all the different things that you do, when you have all the different emails that you send a new distributor on your team to train them and get them onboarded, right? You put all those in Teamzy. So then when you get a new rep, it's like, boom, I'm now sending you, first thing I'm going to send you is the message where we're going to schedule our one-on-one Zoom to plan your business. Then I'm going to send you the message where we're going to ask you for your 100 list, whatever. Does it make sense? So you save all those as scripts in Teamzy to make your life easy. Then you can grab them from your phone too and send them. So easy. Does it make sense? Okay. One thing I just wanted to say real quick, Barb, on your thing about Teamzy knocking you out. Were you using your phone? Were you using your phone to do Teamzy? Okay, so
yeah.
let me share something with you guys real quick. Is my phone sharing it? Do you guys see my phone? There it is. Okay, too many apps. All right, so I've got Teamzy, the Teamzy mobile. It went away. Hold on.
It's right there.
Come back to me. Here it goes. I unplugged it. Sorry. So I've got Teamzy mobile website saved to my dashboard. I'm going to open it up. So you see how it came right up? That's because I clicked the little box that says remember me. Let me show you. See that little remember me box?
Oh yeah. No, I don't mean kick me all the way out. I mean just kick me back to my dashboard, and then I have to put the person's name back in and then go copy it again.
Okay, so look.
Yeah.
Let me log in.
I did that remember me thing. That's a good idea.
All right. So the reason why that's happening is, okay, so let me just show you. So if I'm working and I want to connect with Darlene, I open up her page, okay? And I'm going to get my script. Okay. So let's say now, again, you can do it here if you want to do it the way I did it, right? The way I demoed it. Hold on. Come on, thumbs. Paste. Right? So I'm going to change her name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. So let's pretend I changed the name. I'm going to select it all. I'm going to copy it. So now I'm just going to toggle to Facebook Messenger. I'm going to send it to you, Stacy, because you're right there. We're going to pretend you're that person, Darlene. I'm going to paste the message in there. I'm going to send it. Then I'm going to just toggle right back. And it's still right here. Okay?
Nice. Okay.
It's still right here. And I can log it. So you're just going to toggle back and forth. If I wanted to send a text, then I would go open my messages. Okay?
Gotcha.
And I can send it all there. So the phone makes it really easy because you can toggle more easily between apps. So what some people do though is like they hit that home button and then they hit the icon to go to Teamzy again. Well, that brings you back to the home page of Teamzy. It actually opens another browser window. So you just want to toggle back and forth so you're in the same browser window. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other questions? I know you guys are probably ready for. Barb's in British Columbia, so it's not going to be dark until 2 a.m. And she's fine. But I know you guys on the East Coast are like, we're getting sleepy. Are there any other questions? I'm going to look real quick at. Someone gave me a slow clap. I wonder what it was I said. Is there an app? Daisy asks, is there an app? It's not an app. It's a mobile website. So what I just showed you was the mobile website. Okay. So you just go to your phone, you just go to Safari and type in app.teamzy.com. Okay. app.teamzy.com and then save it to your home screen.
Okay. So this isn't a question, but we'll sort of, when you said, could you introduce me to Seuss? Like Can you give us that verbiage again? Instead of like asking for a referral. All I got was, could you introduce me to Sue to ...
So that I can get her more information.
Okay.
Could you introduce me to Sue so I could get her more information?
Okay. Thanks.
So the process on that is you ask them, you've been getting great results. I know you've been loving the products. I'm sure you've told people about Juice Plus. Can you think of it? And they'll go, yeah, I have. Can you think of anybody right now who needs more information on this? And so I asked them that question specifically because I want them to think of a name in their head. And if they say yes, or they nod, like you guys did when I said, can you think of a customer that you really like? Like, I want them to think of somebody. And then you can go, well, I'd love to help that person. Would you introduce them to me? A lot of times they'll give you the name. Yeah, my friend Sue. Look, that was my example twice today. Great. Would you introduce me to Sue so I can get her some more information? And this is what I always say, whatever's easiest for you, a group text, a group chat, group email, whatever's easiest for you. And they're like, oh, it never occurs to people that they could do something that easy. Because they're like, oh, I'm going to have to, when will I see her again? And I'll tell her about you. No, whatever's easiest for you. You can just send a group text. Oh, I can do that right now while we're talking. And people do it. They say, Sue, meet Kelsey. She's my Juice Plus rep. Remember we were talking about the other day. I just wanted to connect you guys. If you had any questions, she'll get you the info. And because you're taking such amazing care of people, they feel confident that you'll take care of their friends the same way. When you're approaching people the relational way, they feel good about sending people because they know that they're going to have a great result. Does this make sense? So
yeah, totally.
Then what happens is Sue, when you get introduced to Sue automatically automatically trusts you because her friend introduced you to her.
Right.
So she's worth 10 prospects you're going to meet randomly on Instagram. She comes with trust, somebody that she knows is already using the product. Remember, 86% of buying decisions made based on the friend's recommendation. So those are the most powerful thing. By the way, if I could just tell you one thing, like if you want to prospect, the best place to do that is with your customers. If you've already built a customer base, I mean, man, that's like gold. That is like gold. I had a friend who was a top Beachbody coach who she actually broke Teamzy when we were new because she had so many customers that she put them in there and broke Teamzy. Teamzy wasn't used to somebody having 18,000 customers. And I was like, are these really all your customers? And she's like, yeah, I've been doing this, 15 years. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I said, do you stay in touch with them? She goes, no, I wish I did. I was like, you should, what do you guys call the people who work for physicians and Juice Plus?
The wellness coordinators?
Wellness coordinators. Man, I mean, that's the deal. Like if you got a lot of customers, maybe you need I don't know what the rules are, but maybe you could have somebody take care of your customers for you because it's gold. Those people will duplicate like crazy, but it's a big deal to stay in touch with people. And it's the easiest place to get new people because there's trust, because you've already proven yourself to them. You don't have to prove yourself to the new person. Their friend just tells them you're cool. Make sense? So, okay. Last question. Then I'm going to tuck my kids to bed. Anyone else? Has this been helpful?
So helpful.
Yep.
Good. Well,
even like don't ask anything. Like that's like a no-brainer, but that's brilliant. Like the little things. So smart.
People get mad at me when they're like, but I'm supposed to ask that. No, just don't bug people. Barb has the last question. You're muted though.
Sorry, it's recorded. Can we get the recording, please?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to give it to Stacy either tonight or tomorrow, and then she can share it.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, so let me just send you guys on your way. Thank you for coming. I hope this was really helpful. If you do see me in Austin, come say hi. That's why I'm there. But I just want to say thank you guys for your trust. We value every single one of you. We're so glad you're part of our Teamzy family. God bless you all. Have a great night.
Thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you.
My pleasure.